Hi George. I was assigned to critique your hero speech and to share with you my thoughts on what I think could be done to improve it. I'm not here to be your antagonist nemesis per se to your speech, but in fact I want to be your boy wonder sidekick and help you improve. I want to first say that your passion for the topic was definitely apparent, and so definitely you really captured a lot of the speech into itself. So definitely I want to commend you on that. I think you did a great job on your first speech, but I did want to just share with you some spots for improvement. In the introduction, I would say there was definitely a couple options to possibly improve a little bit more. I thought your prompts, the choice of prompts were great. I liked the cape, I loved the sticker that you had on it, you wanted to look like Superman, and that was an excellent idea. But at the same time, it was very awkward in the beginning. You pointed to somebody asking if they were ready, you initiated the start of your speech, but then for the first 40 seconds or so, you weren't actually giving a speech. Something's not right, and then you went off to give the cape production, and then you also put on the sticker, and so 40 seconds of your speech from where you had initially or indicated you were starting to when you actually started giving your speech, there really wasn't much speaking going on. So it was kind of awkward. Then there was even some jokes at the beginning of your speech as well. I wouldn't recommend joking around about the tights or anything like that. I would just recommend actually just having a good speech. Some things to look at. Scholastic.com offers just the opinion of get their attention. Their example is Abe Lincoln. His Gettysburg Address. He has one of the most memorable speeches ever, and it starts off with 407 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation. Now it's a heck of a lot better than saying 87 years ago. If you look at things, you really want to take a look at, what are you saying here? For the first 40 seconds, you're not really saying anything. You're just preparing for the speech, and I don't think that was a great attention getter. I think your presentation of the cape was great, throwing it around you and a place to stick around you, but perhaps maybe you'd want to actually be giving your speech while you're doing that. Something like, if you look at maybe, let's talk about putting on the cape as you're introducing Superman, the Man of Steel, the last son of Krypton, and you put on the sticker, and how Clark Kent was transformed and created 78 years ago into Superman. He was created and turned into a hero. Maybe start your speech like that as you're putting on things, be giving your speech. I think that would be a much better introduction than what you had actually selected. Let's take a look at some other sources of insight on where we can improve. Let's look at hand gestures. Hand gestures are throughout the speech. They in fact may have taken over your speech. SpeakingTips.com actually gives out some good ideas. They don't want to mime through the entire speech. However, as I said, body language is 65 to 55% of your actual communication. So it is important to give gestures, and it actually can help you remember what you're trying to say, and it also can help you convey what you're trying to say to the reader. You can look at one-handed gestures versus two-handed gestures. You're talking a lot with two hands, and perhaps that's not the best idea. One-handed gestures are actually shown to give off better actual communication than two. Too much gesturing, like I said, you're talking throughout the speech, you're gesturing and then hitting back on the podium again. And really what you want to look at is perhaps it's taking away from your important parts of the speech. One gesture you're talking about at 2.5 minutes into the speech is how you can be a hero, and you can be a hero. And perhaps if you're talking like this, and you've been talking like this and giving your examples, maybe you want to just draw it out a little bit longer. You can be a hero, and you can be a hero, and really just change that gesture up a little bit, and maybe talk a little bit less with your hands throughout the rest of the speech to give it a little bit more emphasis. Now, during my critique essay on your speech, I would have scored the first speech an 89 out of 100. Now, I think you can, just with these couple changes, change this into a perfect score. I think this is a speech that you could give while you're presenting somebody else with an award, a hero that you are giving an award to, and you can implore others who are attending that ceremony to be heroes themselves. I think Superman would be happy and proud to be your hero.